What's up, y'all? It's your girl J Renee with Prison Riot Radio. Hope that you're doing well. This evening, I have the brother Nolan Farrell back. Okay, we talked to him a while back. He came to double back with us so he can tell us about an event that's going on in Queens and also what he's been up to as of late. What's up, bro? Welcome back.
Yes, well, thank you for having me on the show. My name is Nolan Farrell, and I'm glad we getting ready for this march on the 28th of this year, 2022, to expose the corruption of the Conviction and Interim Unit in the District Attorney Office for withholding exculpatory information to exonerate me and my friend that's met a couple of months ago, the same issue, Reverend Keith Gaston. Well, we was maliciously prosecuted in the same office in 2 different years. And the corruptions continue to go on from the old administration to the new administration. And we're not going to sit down and have our mouth closed. We need to expose this corruption to the media of Queens County, of Queens County. They need to know what's going on in the district attorney's office of corruption and being biased against people of color. Because I'm going to talk about me specifically. Nolan Farrell case. Well, 31 years ago, I was 18 years old. I was illiterate to the law, and I was discriminated by my attorney, the judge, and the prosecutor. And the evidence I have today showed that they railroaded me. They discriminated against me. They deprived me of my constitutional rights I'm protected by, and they sent me in prison. I did 10 years in jail for a crime I didn't do. But I made it through. I made it through 10 years. I came out better. I did my own due diligence because I know injustice took place in my case. They say I acted in concert with an individual who was in jail at the time this crime took place. But they never told me this. They never told the jury this. They had hidden this under the rug for 31 years. 31 years they hid this evidence from me. You know?
Yeah.
And, whatever you do in the dark, it always come to the light. All you have to do is put your mind to it and continue to do your due diligence. And that's what I did. I did my due diligence. I'm exposing the corruption. And I thought I had faith in this new district attorney's office, which is the new leader there named Melissa Katz, who runs this Queen office now. We selected her 2 years ago, and she invented a conviction attorney unit there. And on May 6, 2020, I had submitted my paperwork to the conviction attorney unit with the issue of this co-defendant. He did the conviction attorney unit, Mr. Bryce Bridget. He did his investigation. He sent me a letter. He said, yes, this dude was incarcerated at the time of the crime. He admitted in a letter I had got. And it already been a year. He didn't exonerate me yet. And he told me in a letter that he has to, in other words, he said he have to, what he said in the letter, I ain't got it in my hand. He said he have to look into other cases dudes incarcerated first before he give me a decision on my case. And I said, so why you send me a letter like this? You stated in your letter you did a full investigation. And it showed that this dude was incarcerated. So what is your conclusion?
Right, he could have said it in the same letter.
Absolutely. He didn't give me no conclusion because he know what the conclusion was. So right now, it showed the corruption is continuing in that office.
Right. I was going to ask you about that. I know they have a history of it, and you said it's still going on. How many other people do you know have been affected by that personally?
That same conviction attorney unit, Mr. Bryce Bridget, the other guy, Mr. Reverend Gaskin, have the same issue with the same director of the conviction attorney unit, Mr. Bryce Bridget. And we met him personally, and he told us he don't care. He told one of the guys, when it was this year. It was last year in November. I sat down with the conviction attorney unit. I went to Reverend Al Sharpton in New York City, in Harlem, and presented that letter he gave me. He did say he did a full investigation of the case. And that letter states that that's my exoneration. What he said right there, yes, the co-defendant was incarcerated. So why am I not exonerated? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Why am I not exonerated? You state that in your letter. Okay? Certified in your letter. You said you did your investigation, which showed that some corruption took place in my case.
Right.
Okay then. So no conclusion came out. So he told the crisis center Reverend Al office. He didn't know I was being present. He made the phone call. The guy made the phone. His name is Derek Perkins. He made the phone call to the DA's office. And Mr. Perkins told him, Mr. Farrell's right here sitting with me. But Mr. Bryce of the conviction attorney unit in Queens County, he must have didn't hear what he said. And he told Derek Perkins, he said, yeah, Mr. Farrell's positively identified and he has mental problems. I was like, what he said?
Right.
That's being biased.
Right.
And he did on my case. Got you. Everything match what I need to know. So there go the corruption continuing right there. That says something. You're supposed to be impartial.
Right.
You're supposed to be impartial.
Right.
That's your bias, we just said.
Right. Yeah, I agree with you there. Let me ask you, I know, so this rally that we're having is going to be in Queens. How can people connect so that they can support and show up? Where should they come?
Oh, we definitely appreciate their presence to come there and support what's going on, injustice taking place with our civil rights. And we must protect our civil rights. We must stand up and fight out for our rights. And on March 28th at 11 p.m., we're going to be in front of the DA's office, Queens Boulevard, address 126-06, in front of the district attorney's office.
Right. And that's 11 a.m., right? In the morning?
11 a.m.
Okay.
Yes, okay. 11 a.m. Yes, that's on a Monday. We definitely appreciate the support and come and rally for us.
Okay.
Against the injustice and the corruption and the bias of this office. We're not going to tolerate that. We must protect our civil rights.
Right.
Any means necessary. The Constitution don't say the Constitution is not for a particular group. The Constitution or the 14th Amendment says equal protection and due process of all citizens of the United States. The 14th Amendment says that. But we're going to be out there. We're going to be rallying. We calling names, district attorneys. Right. One of the district attorneys named John Castellano. He was part of my wrongful conviction back in 1999 where I was incarcerated. I brought the same issue up about this co-defendant, and he deprived me. He said, my issues is barred, which was unconstitutional. Making a statement like that. The evidence showed how a person was acting in concert with somebody who was in jail. They lied. They perjured themselves on the stand in front of the jury. They violated the oath of office in the DA office in Queens County, trying to protect that exposure by trying to sweep my case under the rug. Because I gave him 2 years to correct it with a closed mouth. Now this year, 2022, I'm making noise.
Right.
Because you're not going to sweep my case under the rug. And they're telling me, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. You stated in your letter. You stated in that letter. So we need a conclusion.
For sure.
He's not going to give a conclusion. Because does to share this with you, Renee? He cannot rubber stamp my paperwork, because if he rubber stamped it, he committing a crime. And they know that. Because 18 UFC 242 Desperation of Rights, it states that it protects the 14th Amendment. Look that statute, that code up, the federal code, 18 U.S.C. 242, desperation of rights.
Okay.
And that's why they cannot rubber stamp that. If he commit a crime, Mr. Bryce Bridget, if he rubber stamp my paperwork, deny me my constitutional rights. Right. So therefore, that's why he sent me a letter like that.
Right. Okay. How can do you have any social media that people can reach out to you?
Social media, yes, you could contact me on Facebook. My Facebook, Nolan Farrell, or you could shoot me an email as ChinaBoy971@iCloud.com, or you could call me 516-673-8732. If you want to know further about this rally, or any more detail about this malicious prosecution case, you could definitely give me a call. I would love to share the story with you.
All right. Anybody in the Queens area, anybody in New York, anyone willing to commute, we definitely hope that y'all can come and support this situation. We got to be in their business to make them do their business. We realize that. So, we got to stand in solidarity for sure. I appreciate you for coming on here.
Appreciate you too.